everyone, my name is Ryan Cam, and welcome back to the 2000 Project, where myself and Russell Howell are covering as many movies from the year 2000 as we possibly can. Russell, I've gotten you in your car, and I've gotten you in your RV now. I swear I'm going to get you on a plane one day.
Yeah, you might. It's my wife used to be a flight attendant, so watch out. And I used to be a TSA agent, so there you have that too. Little fun fact.
You worked for the TSA? You had to, do those pat-downs and
Yep,
such?
I worked for Pittsburgh Airport for 3.5 years. I did TSA. Yep.
Wow, I learn more about you every day. But
But
we're getting back into the new millennium, and the thing about doing year projects, folks, is that sometimes you get gold and sometimes you get the shaft. This week we got the shaft big time. Like
with some,
one that you've definitely heard of, which we'll get to in the second movie we're talking about, and then this one was just an absolute turd, and make no mistake.
but there was gold in it. Is kind of the reference I was trying to make. Um, but yeah, two good ones. Like I said, I am the other one we were going to do was Price of Glory. I am more than halfway through that, but I didn't want to have you wait an extra 45 minutes to finish it. So I was like, if we're gonna go, let's just do what I got. So we're gonna talk High Fidelity and Leprechaun 5 or Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yes, but if you like the video, leave a like and subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify, we'd appreciate a review and a 5-star. Do the Dave Meltzer thing. We would greatly appreciate that. But let us rip the Band-Aid off and let us get into Leprechaun in the Hood.
Right?
Right.
Leprechaun 5.
Leprechaun in the Hood was directed by Rob Spira, who had directed movies such as Witchcraft, Bloody Murder 2, and a movie literally called Sexual Predator. I kid you not. And like Russell mentioned, this is the 5th Leprechaun movie. I have seen now the 1st and the 5th ones, and spoiler alert, they're both terrible. I almost don't really have a ton to say about this one other than various versions of "it's garbage, don't watch it." But I watched the first Leprechaun movie for Scary Mania 4 or 5. I'd have to backtrack and look at the playlist again. I didn't like it a whole lot. The only thing I remember about that movie is Jennifer Aniston was in it at the peak of her Friends powers. This was one of the first movies that she was ever in, and she would go on to do much better things after that, and Friends wrap up that, but also like Marley and Me and other things. But I'm burying the lead. The point is, Leprechaun in the Hood has among such luminaries Ice-T and Warwick Davis, because I guess he just needed the money. Coolio is also in this too, rest in peace.
Jeez, yeah.
What do I even say to this movie, Russell? Would you like to start?
Honest to God, I can go right in there with you. 1 and 5 are the other ones I've seen. I think I saw 1 a long time ago. I don't even remember anything about it. So it's really laughable because it's like I've seen better acting in porn films. It's like, and it's funny because this movie had over $1 million budget, which is absolutely crazy to think about. But Warwick Davis, obviously, he's obviously typecast because of his height, but he was already part of the Leprechaun franchise 4 films prior, so I get that. But other things you've seen him in, obviously, like Willow, he was in Star Wars and all that fun stuff. Yeah, I mean, he's funny. He says a lot of stupid stuff that's moderately entertaining, but the whole premise of this film, man, 3 wannabe rappers want to go to Las Vegas to become the next big band, and they need the flute that is owned by the Leprechaun. They can pretty much have their way with people when they blow the whistle or whatever, or the flute. But yeah, the movie was, they tried so hard to make this a serious film. I think
And
I think
that's the biggest
yeah,
problem. That's the biggest problem. Just for clarification and context on the budget, according and this is Wikipedia, so grain of salt, but the
was point
reported budget is $1.4 million.
yeah, which
You
is
can make
crazy.
3 Paranormal Activity movies on that budget, Russell.
And Paranormal Activity made a ton of money. This movie was a direct to DVD, so they didn't even
Mhm.
see any. They didn't. They didn't even see any. Any money for domestic box office because it didn't get released. So I don't even know. I'm sure they took a hit because I'm guaranteeing you, this is the movie that. Okay, this is the movie you find in the discount bin at Walmart.
Yep.
100%.
Deep, deep in
Deep,
that abyss,
deep,
that big old bin in the middle of the
yeah,
electronics that
with
you have to
urban
resist the urge to like dive headfirst into.
with urban legend Bloody Mary. I'm sure you'd find it right in there with that.
Urban
I see.
legend.
I could throw a ton of shit movies out there that would probably be like suffice. I think The Descent 2, maybe. I think you'd throw in there too. Like you could
Mm,
throw a bunch of
yeah.
good movies there that are really awful. So, but yeah, this one is just you have to see it to see how bad it is, man. And like I texted you when I was watching this, I'm like, this is bad. This is bad. Like I'd rather watch The Room than watch this.
At least the room is entertaining. Like, and you
Oh,
said like this is literally just a scavenger hunt to try and find this flute, and it
yeah.
gets getting passed around. Like Ice-T is really like into it. Like, I need to find that flute. I'm like, yeah, like really got your priorities in order
Yeah.
there, Mr. Onassis. And just this movie's boring, but also has flashes of such random nonsense
Yeah,
that
for
your
sure.
jaw drops to the ground. Like, there's a gospel number in this movie, folks.
Yeah.
A gospel number. I
Yeah.
swear to God, I cannot make that up.
It's to play off of Elmer Gantry. But no, like the crazy thing about it
What a
is
connection, Russell.
there you go. There you go. Bring it back. Let's go bring it back. Burt Lancaster could have been the fourth in that rap. They get the 12 disciples and Jesus and his mother Mary. Did like okay, the other funny thing is they have like these group of women that like pretty much you know that like the leprechaun has them under like possession or whatever because they their eyes twitch green or they glow green so you know like they're like under the spell of the leprechaun. Like the thing about it is I feel like the leprechaun could legit do anything. He can do everything. There's nothing he can't do. So you really can't destroy him unless you put that like charm around his neck and he turns into stone. It's the
Yeah.
only thing to defeat him. But like everything else, you can't do anything to try to fight him at all. He's like a Jedi.
And
So
just and just back to like the gospel number was the best part of the movie. Maybe just because I love gospel music. Maybe that has something to do with it. But just the DVD market must have just been so vast in the early 2000s to where it could justify several Leprechaun sequels, Russell.
yeah, I mean, again, and the crazy thing is the budget, the $1.4 million budget is crazy. Is it because of Ice-T? Is it because of the Coolio cameo?
The, the
Legit in it
entire
for a
the
second.
entire budget went to getting Ice-T, and then like
Coolio.
some went to pay Warwick Davis, and like a little bit went to the actors, and like that was it. And they just literally shot around LA.
Which is like I said, it's completely crazy. This is a movie you just have to watch to see how bad it is. I think that's where we're at on this one. Um, I believe this is this. Wow, what number movie is this for our direct to DVD? Is I know that other one was too. The first one that we did, the stunt guy.
Oh, the Extreme Adventures of Super Dave. I was
Was
going
that
to ask you. I was going to ask you the $64,000 question. Would you
which
prefer to
one?
watch Super Dave or this?
Those are the two worst ones so far. I'll throw that
Oh,
out there, and
by
I
a
don't
lot.
think it's close. I don't think it's close at all. Um, God, man. Maybe watch Eye of the Beholder again. I don't know. No, God, I might have to do Super Dave because at least it was like stupid funny. Like like it tried. This one's really bad. This is bad. I don't know. They're both really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
I
know.
mean,
Like, yeah.
That
They're
movie had a fart joke in it that made me go, okay, that was pretty good. But like Leprechaun 4 or Leprechaun in the Hood, excuse me, like it's horrid. Like from every conceivable measure, it's bad. And I did the liberty of looking it up. There are 8 total Leprechaun movies. Coming soon to the Horror Movie Iceberg podcast, the Leprechaun retrospect.
Oh, dude, I'm done after the first one. If I know 5 is a complete shit show, I can only imagine what 6, 7, and 8 are.
Well, the 6th one is called Leprechaun Back to the Hood with the number 2 because just to
Ooh.
really throw people off.
How
And
about
then there's Leprechaun Origins, which literally stars Hornswoggle, like WWE's Hornswoggle.
oh my god! Wow, they should do
Shout
like a
out,
Leprechaun
shout out.
meets the. There's another. That's a good crossover there. Mennonite Leprechaun Mennonite or something.
Leprechaun Next of Kin or something
Yeah,
like
there you go.
that.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I was thinking something more like that.
And I'm done with that, and let's move on now to a far superior movie. However, it by its mere existence alone, it makes it better than Leprechaun in the Hood, but at the same time, it's still not an enjoyable watch in my opinion. It is High Fidelity.
Are you gonna line that flower bed all night?
No. High Fidelity.
High Fidelity was directed by Stephen Frears, whose filmography includes directing a little movie called Philomena, which I really love. Like it's starring
I love
Judi Dench and Steve Coogan, based on a true story about a woman trying to find her son that she was forced to abandon years ago. I can't recommend that one enough. It's quite good.
I like Coogan.
He also directed The Queen, which starred Helen Mirren and got her an Oscar. So there is that. It tells the story of a man named Rob, played by John Cusack, who owns a record store and has gone through a lot of relationships, like almost like Scott Pilgrim levels of relationships, or Ramona Flowers. I'm getting my references confused.
Yeah.
Point is, he spends the entire movie breaking the fourth wall to the audience, being like, why am I single all of the time? And he makes a top 5 breakups of all time list. And just, that's your movie, folks. And this has a very high rate, like not a high rating on Letterboxd. It has a 3.6, which is not really like sky high, but still higher than some that I've seen.
Yeah.
And this movie was just not fun for me. It's not terrible. It's not completely unredeemable. I just did not care for it at all.
And I think IMDb, this is a 7.6 on IMDb, I think, I want to say. Around a 7.6.
Let me corroborate that. That does sound about right.
I'm thinking like a 7.6 on 7.5, 7.6.
7.4. We were just a bit off.
No, like to me, it's like I appreciate the music. I like the whole idea of like you have this record store. I like that. I like Jack Black's character as like a side character. I like him as a supporting character. I like the different dynamics they have. But to me, it's like almost one of those things I want to say. It's like almost like John Cusack's character is almost like a good luck Chuck. Like he is like the person who once the person breaks up finds like the next person that I feel like they all like almost always end up with. Like it happened with the girl. I mean, obviously the one. Okay, I'm not going to spoil it, but the one he ends up with is the one that I just don't think that I would have rather have seen him with the singer. She was in the Cosbys. I thought they had better. I think they had better chemistry.
I legit thought that's where they were going. Like they were building it up, and I believe her name is Lisa Bonet.
Lisa Bonet. Yep.
Bonet.
Okay, so here's what I think the reason why, and I'll just make the case for her, I guess. The fact that she's a musician, so they both have that in common. They appreciate music, and the fact that like even if they were going to set up later on said record label with these two kids that shoplift in the store, I figured like I think her as a musician already, I think would have been perfect. I just think it just made more sense. her character wasn't cocky. She never really cheated on him. But he just never got serious. I feel like a lot of the problems Cusack faced were like his doing. It was his problem. Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, like, do you want to settle down or not? It's not hard. You know what I mean? You have Catherine Zeta-Jones's character. Then all of a sudden you realize after, because he starts like going down the rabbit hole about like what if or what could have beens. Like we always like all of us do it at one point or another. But Catherine
Yeah.
Zeta-Jones' character, he realizes like she's just like really annoying and like she talks about people and this and that. But it's like you were like pretty much obsessed with her. I don't know, man. Like some of the characters in it, I'm like, I don't buy. Like you made out with a girl under the bleachers, and then she left. Like, oh man, I don't know. It's crazy.
This movie makes choices, and not all of them are good. And like John Cusack, I normally like in things like he's in one of my favorite horror movies of all time, 1408. That movie is just rock solid every time you watch it. Jack Black is in this movie, and Jack Black is trying, but he basically is Dewey Finn from School of Rock without any
Yeah,
of the likability.
yeah,
And then you got Lisa Bonet, who is admittedly good. You
yeah.
got Tim Robbins, who was just wild to see him. Like
Which is
as soon as
yeah.
I saw him, I was like, so this is how Andy Dufresne is doing after he escaped.
Well, yeah, because so his character basically is the one that like his ex-girlfriend or ex-girlfriend ends up kind of like hooking up with after, and like and he spends so much time being so mad and pissed off at Tim Robbins' character. It's crazy. I do appreciate, and I think you probably do too, those different ways, those different visions he had, like when he's in a record store of them beating the shit out of him, or like those different confrontations, and then you go back to it, you're like, oh wait, that didn't happen. I do like that. I like what Frears
that
did there. That,
that legit was the funniest part of the movie for
yeah,
me.
I would say it for sure. That's the funniest part.
Yeah, and there's also some like little cameos in here that or not cameos, but like there's two actors in here that I know from
Just want
like my childhood. Like Drake Bell is in this movie for a couple of scenes.
not
He plays Rob in junior high
okay.
in one
Not
of the flashbacks. And then another one is Sarah Gilbert, who is Anam Moss, who falls for the other record store clerk, played by
yeah. Also,
Todd Luiso.
also is in Big Bang Theory as well.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why like Big Bang
yeah.
Theory is like a guilty pleasure show for me. So I'm like,
Um,
oh,
my wife,
she,
my wife and I have been watching that. I think we're trying to we're watching it straight through. I think we're on season 5. I want to say season 4 or 5.
oh yeah, that's like the prime territory right there. And
Yeah,
yeah,
there was
as soon as I saw her, I'm like, aren't you late for calling Sheldon Cooper a dumbass?
yeah. There's also another one, real random. It's only because I watched on Amazon Prime. In the scene where her dad dies, the one girl's dad, the main girl, the main blonde, her dad passes away. The one sitting in front of John Cusack is one Penny Marshall.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the only reason why I know that is it wasn't like, oh my God, good eye, Russ. Don't no credit there. When I was watching Amazon Prime, I hit something like I hit the bottom button just to see who's
The
in the scene because I
the
do that once in
X-ray,
a
right?
while. What's that?
The X-ray?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that. I'm always doing it because I'm hitting it because I'm like, oh wait a minute, I know this person. I'm like, anyway, yeah, it was one Penny Marshall sitting in front of John Cusack's character, so I thought that was kind of cool too.
Yeah. My biggest problem really does lie, and like I said, I like John Cusack in most things. I thought
Yeah,
his character here was borderline insufferable. Just the whole rigmarole of why can't I connect with women? I
yeah.
don't seem to understand it. I'm just sitting here like
Like, dude, you do
when
have chance.
when Catherine Zeta-Jones is telling you to go away, that should be your big red flag warning sign that you are screwing up somewhere.
But it's like, dude, she called you to get back into your life. And you said like you're like woe is me, like you're bad mouthing, boo hoo, I gotta be alone. You have the opportunities. You're fumbling it. You have butterfingers. You need to grow up, you know what I mean, and figure out what the hell you want to do with the rest of your life and kind of move on. Like pick or choose. You can't have everybody. You know what I mean? So what are we doing? You know? And I just think the one that he ends up with is the one. Obviously, you all know. Like it's no spoiler because it's you know, I guarantee you everybody picks who it is because they focus the most on her. I just think that there was other people that I think he could have been like your Lisa Bonet, even or Catherine Zeta-Jones. I feel like we could explore that more too. You didn't get a lot of time with all these other females, so it was kind of does them a disservice just because you don't really get to know, you don't see that side of John Cusack. You don't know his chemistry with the other women. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
it's what it is.
that's just pretty much a half measure. And
Yeah.
I understand this movie has its fans. It was a big critical and commercial success. Cusack got nominated for a Golden Globe for this,
Which is
so
crazy. I don't see. He was
it's
okay at it. He's not
insane
like,
to think about.
yeah,
But
he's
maybe
okay.
it just firmly was not for me. It's pretty forgettable for me. I get it's got its fans, and I'm not trying to say like you're bad for liking it. I get why someone would like this. The nature of John Cusack's character just was not for me. And unfortunately, he's the main character, and you see him a lot across
There's a
2 hours.
there's a lot of movies like this though. I feel like in the I should say '90s, but it have the same type of vibe as this film. Like I'll throw out Singles, I'll throw out Reality Bites. It gets that same feel, like the shot, how it's shot, the vibe of it. Like Singles for sure. I love the music in these films. They're just like I feel like they're all like I feel like they're like. Have you seen Singles before?
No, I haven't. I
Okay.
don't even know what that is.
Singles is yeah, it was from like in the '90s. I think Reality Bites was in the '90s too. I think Ben Stiller directed that, I believe. Um, Pretty sure. Anyway, I don't know. I feel like they all have the same type of vibe. But I mean, this one, like I said, I like it enough. It's okay. It's not Freer's best, obviously. I don't think this is a bad film. I do get annoyed with John Cusack's character, like you said. I get annoyed with some of the choices of where we went with the character. There are some saving graces in the film, though. Overall, though, like I said, the soundtrack is a banger. There's some really good music here, and I appreciate how they talk about just like even like they even go into like you know, Stevie Wonder. Like I mean, you have everybody being talked about in this film, which I
Mm.
appreciate because they can really tell that these guys, you know, really have a taste of music and really care about music, and I think that's really cool.
It's a
But I
pretty
mean,
it's a pretty big swath across like
oh yeah.
various genres and all that.
Yeah, you go from there to they talk about there's a conversation about Green Day. There's you know I mean Jack Black. Shout out to Yanni. He has a Yanni shirt on. If you've never heard of Yanni, fantastic. My mom and I saw him back in Pittsburgh. He does it's all instrumental music. He's a Greek musician. He's fantastic. It was really great. If you ever get a shot, go on YouTube and look up Yanni live at the Acropolis in Greece. Oh, it's fantastic. It's really great. It's very like new age electronic music. It's really it hits you in a different spot. You get different feels for it. But yeah, shout out for that.
All right. Well, I pass it off to all of you. What did you think of these two movies? If you've seen them, let us know in the comments. We would love to hear what you have to say. If you have Leprechaun in the Hood horror stories, please feel free to share them. This
100%.
is a safe space.
Yes.
But Russell, it is a privilege to do this with you every Friday, whether we're doing 60s, 2000, or the horror iceberg. We are returning to the iceberg next Friday, but more on that in a second. But where can the people find you?
Yeah, Notorious by Chance is the Facebook group. Chance and I, we had some scheduling issues, so we didn't do Honora yet. I'm tired of Honora. I just want to get rid of it. I just want to unpack it and talk about Honora. But yeah, we're gonna hopefully record it sometime this week. Notorious by Chance, the Facebook group, YouTube Notorious by Chance, at NBC Podcast, TikTok, and X, and all that fun stuff.
Yep, all those links will be in the description. Go give them a subscribe over there. Next week, we will return to the horror movie iceberg, and we will return to our coverage of the Wreck franchise. We're talking about Wreck 2. But for the 2000 project, next up, the next two we'll be covering is diverse again. Like Russell mentioned, we'll be covering The Price of Glory, and then we will be covering not one of the earlier DreamWorks animated outputs. it is the road to El Dorado. So stay tuned for that. But
Nice.
for Russell, my name is Ryan Can. We will see you all in the next one. Y'all take care.